Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting a f***ing ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Ralph Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is October 11th, 2021, better known as Victory Monday.
And also, 8 years ago, we put a different kind of ring on it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know what that means, Ralph? What day is it?
Monday. October 11th, 2021. Victory Monday. Am I missing something?
Yeah, you are.
Happy anniversary, Mother.
Thanks.
Yeah. There you go. That's all you get.
That's all you get. I'm just kidding. I wrote you a nice Twitter post that I don't think you've seen.
Yeah, I know. Why would you put it on Twitter? That's weird.
It's a test. You know, any chance I can get to put your picture of you with the Buccaneers cheerleaders?
Oh, I got to check that out. Good picture.
Yeah. So, there we go.
All right, guys. Victory Monday. Yes, it was a total beatdown. There was no question. You know, if you listen to the podcast, you know we had no concern. I don't think anybody had any concern about this game, and we showed it on the field. And there wasn't any point in that game where I was like, "Uh-oh." I mean, not one. They got within a score. I think 7 points at one time.
Yeah, we were. Oh, I was just gonna say. Oh, we were tied at the end of the half. That's not it at all. We were. It was 10-24 at the half.
Yeah, I think at some point in the third quarter, they got it up to 17-24.
Yeah, that was the closest they got. And then the fourth quarter, we just put it away.
Well, didn't they score first?
Yeah, they got a field goal.
Okay.
They drove it all the way down the field.
A couple times on us.
Got a field goal.
Yeah, a couple times they drove it down the field. They got a field goal and 2 touchdowns. And, you know, I was kind of impressed with their touchdown drives.
I know they just moved right on down the field.
Yeah, wasn't too bad. But, you know, it is what it is. They're not that great of a team. Even if they did bring their A game, you know, we would have had to bring our D game for them to beat us. And unfortunately for them, we didn't bring our D game. We brought, I would say, A-. It's hard to tell, though, because, you know, was Miami just that bad? You know, and we played a C game? I don't think so. We probably brought B+. I'd say B+.
Yeah, I'd say a B game. There were too many missed tackles for my taste.
Yeah, well, you know, the good thing is, and this is the difference in this game and the Patriots game, because the Patriots, to me, are as bad, probably worse than the Dolphins. And they gave us a harder time, but it was mainly because of dropped passes. Now, in this game, we only had one dropped pass, and that was that big bomb to Mike Evans that went right through his hands, hit him in the chest. And you did have to jump up for it, but it went through your hands, dude. We did have another dropped pass, but it was in the fourth quarter, and it was McElroy, our tight end. He dropped a pass.
But that was from Blaine Gabbert.
Right, it was from Blaine Gabbert. It was McElroy. He dropped a pass. It was fourth quarter. We were up 45-17. I think there was like 3 minutes left or something. So, you know, I don't really count that one. But even if you did want to count it, that's 2 dropped passes compared to 7 last week. And that's the difference in the game. I mean, we didn't play anything different. We didn't have anything special. And, you know, we just put up all those yards, all those numbers. I almost had 50 points. We should have had 50 points but we kneeled down in the
I know,
red
that
zone.
was nice.
That was
Showing
nice
some
of us.
mercy.
Yeah. Well, that's because Tom Brady wasn't out there.
I know.
Tom Brady was out there.
Blaine Gabbert. Freaking Blaine Gabbert. The first snap he gets.
Almost fumbled it.
He almost fumbled it. Like, what are we doing with this dude? I don't understand.
Yeah, we took our starters out. Well, some of them, anyhow, in the fourth quarter at about 7:16 in the fourth quarter. We put, let me see, Stinney in, number 74. He played, what'd you say, left guard?
Yeah.
Gabbert came in, 25. Giovanni Bernard was our running back. We had 72 72 Josh Wells in left tackle position, and number 70 Stinney played center.
Hainsey.
Hainsey. You had to correct me on that earlier too. I don't know why.
I know you were like Haynes, like it was not computing whatsoever.
Yeah. I was just looking
you were
at you
having
like,
a really hard time with it.
So we kept Kappa in and we kept Wirfs in.
But I wonder if that's just a function of not having enough backup offensive linemen active.
It was good for them to get some work out there, especially against the first string defense. We did keep Antonio Brown in. I found that strange. But we had Johnson in, receiver, 18. We had McElroy in at tight end. So, it was good. It was good for our backup guys to go out there and get some work in for a whole drive. And they drove it down the field, got to the 4-yard line, and then kneeled on it. So that was nice. I like seeing that. But what I liked seeing most of all was that 45-17 score.
Yeah.
That's how the score should have been in every game this year. We should be at that level. Because as you saw, I mean, we were just rocking it. Just throwing bombs left and right.
So efficient on offense. Our run game was on.
Run game was great. Mm-hmm. Yep. Offensive line blocked well. Tom Brady had a number of times where he was in the pocket that he was literally standing there.
He just stood there. He was just waiting.
If you watch Tom Brady, he's always bouncing on his feet, but he backed up, seven-step drop, and stood there. Both feet planted in the ground, just looking around. Had no pressure. This happened a couple times. I don't know if I've ever seen that before for a quarterback to just back up and just stand there. So that was good to see. We played well. It's hard for me to think of who to give the game ball to. I'd have to go with maybe Antonio Brown.
I would say Tom Brady.
You give him the game ball every week. I mean, I would. He deserves it. But okay, besides Tom Brady. Let's give one for offense, one for defense.
Okay, Leonard Fournette. That's
what I'm saying. It's hard.
Antonio Brown too.
Yeah, or Mike Evans. He popped off some serious yardage. Yeah. 2 touchdowns.
113 yards, 2 touchdowns. Antonio Brown had 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. So. Yeah,
and then the offensive line, they played great.
Yeah.
They blitzed a lot. Miami did. Yeah, they didn't. We had 2 sacks. Neither one of them was on the offensive line.
No.
This is why I hate stats and stuff, because you look at stats and you go, oh, man, this offensive line is giving up all these sacks. This year, I'm not sure if our offensive line is giving up any sacks. Maybe a couple, but it's been the running backs, the tight ends. This Sunday, O.J. Howard gave up a sack. He got blowed up on a block, and then Giovanni Bernard got blowed up with a blitz coming in. So, it didn't have nothing to do with the offensive line.
I know. Tristan Wirfs has gone exactly a year without the last sack that he allowed was Khalil Mack. Of all people.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You're like, okay.
As a rookie.
I know.
That's interesting. So, on offense, it's hard to decide who to give game ball to. I'm with you, though. Fournette has been playing great. Just great. He's such an underrated runner. Like I say, it's not vision, but you could say it's vision. He just does everything
tenacity,
right.
Like he doesn't quit on a run.
Yeah.
You
might like that with a running back for sure.
You might tackle him, you might have him, and he's still gonna he's gonna fight and a lot of times, like in this game, he scored it out and picked up that extra yardage and was evading tacklers and
I'm not sure. Have I done a video where I've showed his reading his keys? I don't know if I did that last year or not.
I cannot. When we got him,
I
can't remember.
I need to go back and look because if I don't, I'm going to because it's probably the best in the league at it. At running where he's supposed to run, and that's why he does so good. Yeah. I thought he was a bruising runner, downhill runner when he was at Jacksonville. That was how he was billed, and I never really watched film on him. But when he came here, I started watching film on him, and I was just like, "Whoa!" He's not. He's a very technical runner. He runs exactly where he's supposed to run every single time. So it's I would have no problem giving him the game ball at all for the past 2 games.
Mm-hmm. I know, ever since everyone was screaming about our run game.
Who was it that were giving Ronald Jones a hard time for running out of bounds on that one play?
Ledyard.
Oh, God, yeah.
Pewter Report.
And Ronald Jones shut him down, too. But he sent him the run of him doing that 98-yard run against Carolina last year.
That's where you're like, Red just wants this dude to shut up.
Yeah. But how about on defense? Again, who would you give game ball there to? All of them.
Shaq Barrett.
Yeah. Tryon played great too, though. When he was in, he didn't play a whole lot because of JPP, but every time he was in, man, he was getting pressure. Secondary, I thought Cockrell did great.
They did not give Joe Tryon that sack where Brissett, Tryon had him.
No, that was Barrett.
No.
Yeah.
By the hand? No, that was Tryon. It was, and Brissett ran out of bounds.
No, that was Barrett.
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll bet you money. $10.
You ain't got no money. I know better than that. Yeah, okay, I'll bet you $10.
Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, he only has Tryon on the stat sheet. He's got one tackle and 1 solo, and that was it.
JPP played great. Vita played great. Suh played great. Sherman, he's still trying to catch up.
He got that pass interference call in the end zone.
Yeah. And
they got a touchdown off of that, which I thought was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And legit. Like, you were like, come on, dude.
Right. Yeah. We had a few pass interference calls. I was like, yeah, that was, you might as well just pull out a baseball bat and hit the guy over the head with it.
I know. There was that one with Cockrell, too. Was that one legit? I didn't see it. Yeah.
No. The one against Cockrell, I didn't think so. He, as the receiver was running by him, he stuck his hand out and touched him, but that was it. I didn't. Yeah, I did not think that was pass interference. The refereeing wasn't that bad. It didn't seem.
I was just about to say that. They were decent. So we actually led in penalty yardage, which this surprised me. We had 6 penalties for 47 yards, and the Dolphins had 5 for 37. So less than 100 yards in penalties total.
That's pretty good for us, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
And again, that's one of those things where, the penalties, I don't know how many times I got to say this, but they don't really matter. All penalties, it's like sacks. All sacks are not equal. That's the thing about stat sheets is they don't differentiate between one sack or another. A sack that you get in the first quarter of week 17 when you're out of the playoffs against a team that's out of the playoffs doesn't mean anything. On first down in the first quarter doesn't mean anything. A sack third down in the NFC Championship to stop them from scoring, that means something. They're 2 totally different sacks. The same thing with penalties. Like, we had 2 penalties back-to-back false starts, right? And it started off, it was 2nd and 1. Donovan Smith got a penalty for false start, moved us back 2nd and 6. Then Antonio Brown got a penalty. Then the very next play for false start, so that moved us back 2nd and 11. And then guess what happened? We threw a touchdown to Mike Evans the very next play. So those 2 penalties meant absolutely nothing. Nothing. They shouldn't even be on a stat sheet. They didn't count for anything. It didn't hurt. It didn't do anything. And you get a lot of penalties like that. Like a penalty. Who was the penalty? They turned around. It was an interception. I think it was Mike Edwards got an interception, ran it in for a touchdown, and he turned around. And, yeah, that's right. Matt Ryan was running behind him, and he turned around. Did he say something to him? I don't know. But he got a taunting penalty. It's like, who cares? We're up by 20-some points. And that's just going to add a few yards to the kickoff. So who cares? That is not as bad a penalty as, getting a holding call when you're 4th and 1, or and it's 4th quarter, and you're in your 4th and 1, and you got 10 seconds left on the clock. Big difference. So, people saying, oh, we got to cut down on our penalties. We got to cut up on our penalties. Of course, nobody wants penalties. I hate watching penalties. I hate it. Aggravates me. It aggravates me when every time there's a pass, you look around for a flag. That is so annoying.
That first Mike Evans catch, he was so wide open. I was like, oh, who did he push down? Like every time. When you see Mike Evans alone, there's a 50-50 shot that he was mugging somebody.
No, when Mike Evans is wide open, there's a 100% chance he knocks somebody down.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't outrun anybody. I don't even think he could outrun an offensive lineman.
No. But he juked this dude out. Like, he stopped. The guy was gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, he came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was great. I mean, that was awesome. That was elite level stuff between him and Brady. Because Brady released it before he turned around, and came back. He knew he was going to do it. So that was really great. But yeah, penalties, while, yeah, we all hate them. And yes, they can screw up a game and you can do all that. We're winning. And did we lead the league in penalties?
There was some stat in the game where we were like third most in the league.
Yeah, see, and we're 4-1.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean anything. All penalties are not equal. All stats are not equal. How about that? So yeah, I'm not upset with the penalties at all. There hasn't been a penalty this year that I have gone, well, that was really dumb and it cost us the game. But most of the penalties that have been on us have been crap too. Which they should have an asterisk for that in the stat column. This is a crappy call by the ref.
I know. You never get those back, though.
I know.
They don't take them off once they're called.
So, it was, from the beginning, you could tell it was going to be a tough day for Miami. And give it up to Miami. They never quit. Yeah. I mean, they played hard that whole game.
Yeah, and they got some good receivers. That Gaskin is pretty good.
The one you Waddle?
Jasickle, yeah.
Jasickle.
Waddle.
Waddle.
Yeah. And
Gaskins, wasn't he the running back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he caught 2 touchdown passes on us.
Yeah. Well, he had 10 targets.
Good
for 70.
Lord.
He was their leading receiver.
Well, I'll tell you that, they talk about how our secondary is not, it's the worst in the league. You keep hearing that, but that's a manipulation of stat numbers because we're not the worst in the league. It depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as far as allowing completions, yeah, we're worse in the league. I think we're at like 74% or something like that. But that's because the other teams are throwing screens all the damn time. They're throwing these quick passes to the outside. There's nothing you can do about that, really. You can just catch them and then tackle it. And then if you look at our yards allowed per catch, we're like middle of the pack. So, yeah, they're completing a lot of passes on us, but they ain't getting a whole lot of yards. So,
well, and they can't run on us, so.
At all. Miami ended up with 36 yards or something?
39.
39.
Total.
That's incredible. So, this week and last week, it's 35 yards we've allowed rushing.
No, I think it was 38 because we had -1 last week.
Oh,
we had 39 this week.
Yes.
So 38 yards. Just ridiculous. So they had 2 receivers. They put Will Fuller on injured reserve this week, and then they traded away Jakeem Grant. And then they also lost Devontae Parker before the game. So these receivers were like, they're way by, at least third string, third, fourth.
Yes. But what I wanted to bring up is, people saying that our secondary is, and of course they bring up the injuries and it's depleted, all that good stuff. Both of those touchdowns that he caught were on our linebackers. JPP, the running back, did a wheel route.
Yeah.
JPP, I think he thought he had somebody, a safety help behind him, but the safety had been pulled to the center of the field. So the running back went right by him, wide open. And then in the other one, when they were like on the 4-yard line, linebacker, I think it wasn't Lavonte David because he was out at the time.
Minter?
I think it was Minter was supposed to cover him, and he came in on a blitz instead. And that happened last week too. It happens a lot, and I said this last year that our linebackers are not the best in coverage. It's just not they're not horrible, but they get thrown on a lot, especially tight ends. Really, we have a hard time with big tight ends. So.
Well, and I thought some of our tackling yesterday was a little suspect. It's not great, but
had a couple good ones. That one Barrett coming up through the middle and stuffing that run in the end zone.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, he was. I think they were on the 3-yard line and they tried to run it up the middle, and Barrett came over on a stunt and
Why
just
would you try that?
Wow, this is silly.
Like, no one can do that all season. And they're like, you know what? I think we'll have good luck with this.
We could be the ones. Yeah, so I'm looking it up. Tampa Bay, right now, we are second worst in the league for penalties.
Okay.
We've got 40. And Philadelphia Eagles have got 50.
Okay.
So, we've got 40. The Raiders have 40. Then you've got Houston Texans have 39, but the Chargers have 39. Dallas has 35. So the penalties can't tell you anything about where a team is ranked.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So they mean nothing, I think, unless you're losing. And in that case, you're going to go, we really need to cut down on the penalties.
Right. Well, Jacksonville's 6th best in the league in penalties. They only got 27. Detroit's got 28. Both those teams suck. So you ask me, do I want penalties or do I want a winning record? I'm going to say I'll take the winning record.
And I think any fans of those teams would say the same thing.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think they're going around sticking their chest out, being proud that their teams
we don't have many penalties. Okay, you want to talk about injuries?
Not really.
Ugh.
Do we have to?
Lavonte. They haven't said what's going on with him. Well, it's a high ankle sprain. They haven't said how long he'll be out.
Yeah.
Kevin Minter will be
I thought he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
When I saw it in replay, I was like, oh, no. And, the way he was laying on the ground, he like smacked the ground a couple times. I was like, oh, no, he's out for the season.
Yeah. Suh rolled up on him.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't his fault. I mean, David was jumping up trying to swipe the pass, and the offensive lineman threw him to the ground, and Suh just happened to be there rolling around.
Tom Brady's hand. That was concerning. I saw him on the sideline during the game, and I was like,
pointing it out.
I was like, why the hell is his hand in a cooler?
And every time you'd say it, I'd look over and they'd switch the camera angle, and I was like, what are you talking about? And they weren't mentioning anything about it.
Nothing.
It wasn't until like a quarter away, because it happened in the last part of the second quarter, and they didn't even mention it until like the end of the third quarter. It was very strange. Yeah.
Well, they're saying it's not going to have an impact on him this week. The team is doing walkthroughs like Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday they might have a little something, and then Thursday we'll be playing the game. But the dude played last year with an MCL tear and told
nobody knew about it.
Nobody
knew about it. Yeah.
They just taped it up, and he was like, yeah, I sometimes sleep in the tape, and, we'd have to retape it the next, and you're just like, wow. And no one knew. It's not even like he just didn't say anything, but was still like hobbling or nothing. There was no tell whatsoever.
Well, that's like, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. Did you see his finger?
Oh my gosh. It was freaking me out.
Yeah,
and they kept
couldn't even watch
showing it on the broadcast.
He had like no reaction whatsoever.
Yeah.
He like held it up and looked over at the bench, and you could tell on his face he was kind of like, hey guys, this ain't right. Yeah. Right? Should I do something about it? I mean.
And he like motion for them to like come pop it back in. Yeah. And they came out there and they could not pop it back in. That was it. But apparently that's some kind of tendon injury.
It looked nasty.
He's got some damage there. So he's going to be out for a while, I think.
But then, Brady's going to play Thursday night.
Yeah. I know. No,
and Gronkowski might play.
Oh.
They said he's really, really close to coming back.
Cool.
He might be ready for Thursday night. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of the mindset of just leave him out. We don't really need him, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want him to get hurt anymore.
I know, me too. I'm like, save him for when we really need him. They're saying Winfield might be able to come back.
Oh, good. You know, I was saying this to Molly that, watching the game film with our secondary, with all these new guys back there, Cockrell and Desir and all these guys, I haven't noticed, besides Sherman. I mean, Sherman's having a tough time catching on to this system, I guess. But, the other guys, there's no drop in play in the secondary. I mean, they're not getting burned. They're not getting beat. They're not, they're almost all of the big plays that happen against our secondary are our fault. It's a miscommunication or guys running into each other or something of that nature. Rarely are we getting beat, where receivers are just blowing past us or juking us out or anything.
Yeah, and Jamel Dean had a really good game this weekend. He had 2 passes defensed, and he got the interception off that receiver's hands. So
yes. Yeah, see, that's another thing. They had 5 dropped passes, and one of them was an interception. It caused an interception. We had 2, like I said. I only really count one. The second one had no bearing.
There were some I felt like that one off Chris Godwin's hands. That one was a little high, so I don't know that I would count that as a drop, but he touched it. Is that yours? Oh. I can hear the game in my headphones. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know if that got caught on the podcast or not.
I know. No, it's coming through the... Oh, it's on the TV.
Yeah, it's on the TV.
Okay.
So we should probably... Hold on. Let me pause this real quick and take care of that. All right. Got that taken care of.
Carlton Davis, they're saying he's not going to need surgery on his quad injury, but they don't know when he's coming back. And then John Murphy Bunting is still a few weeks off from being healthy, even though he could come off of IR soon.
His injury, I thought he was done for the season for sure.
I know.
I
still have like a little hope that he's going to come back anytime soon.
Well,
I mean,
like
it was
I said,
so gnarly.
We're not.
Gross.
It hasn't hurt us yet.
I know, but like, how much injury can you really deal with?
Yeah.
Thank God on our offense, we haven't really had. It's just been the defense.
True.
So Vita Vea had a press conference today. I love his press conferences. He's the best. But Scott Smith tweeted and said, here's the tweet. Vita Vea on doing a lot of things that help his teammates get sacks. Quote, I just like playing football.
I like football. I like sports ball.
I would have a trivia contest between Gronk and Vita.
Gronk. My favorite was, I like dinosaurs. He was just so enthusiastic about it. That was when they named the turtle after him.
No, rhinoceros.
Rhinoceros, yes.
True.
He was like, well, rhinoceroses are like dinosaurs, and I like dinosaurs. I laughed so damn hard.
Maybe we could do like animal trivia or something.
Yeah, what's Rod Gronkowski's favorite animal? Well, I don't know. Is it rhinoceroses or dinosaurs?
I know. Who knows?
Trick question.
They're like the same thing.
But rhinoceroses are dinosaurs. Oh, that's funny. But Vita Vea, he used to, and we were going to put clips together of this. He used to say in every conference, every interview, he would say he was learning.
Yeah.
And man, it just cracked me up. He would be like, "Yeah, I'm just out here learning.
I'm learning a lot.
Learning.
Still learning."
It was like his answer to everything.
I know. He still does it every now and then.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny today, though. I just like football. I like football.
Mm-hmm. I like playing football. Okay, let's see. So AB became the fastest receiver to get to 900 catches this game, which there was like no fanfare whatsoever. The announcer just kind of mentioned it, and then what?
He didn't play for like a couple years.
Yeah.
And he still got the fastest.
He's the fastest, yeah.
Wow.
Well, he was just such a stud for Pittsburgh for so long.
Oh, man,
I think he was so far ahead.
I wanted him in fantasy football so bad for years, like 5-6 years, because he was just killing it. He had Antonio Brown.
He was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then I went and got Juju the year after AB left because I was like, oh, Juju's going to get all those targets and snaps. Didn't work out that way.
Yep, and he's out for the season now, right? He's on injured reserve anyhow.
Yeah. He's got to get shoulder surgery. Yeah, he's done for the year at least. So, let me see. So, I thought OJ had a pretty good game this.
Well, he gave up that sack.
Yeah, but he had some targets.
He dropped
and
a
catches.
pass. No, he didn't drop a pass. He caught one pass. That's right.
Yeah. I think he had more than one. Let me see.
Really?
2. Technically. He had 19 yards. Brady had 1 for 12. We don't really need him.
No, I loved it. We were taking shots down the field like every third down. It'd be like, we'll throw one here, hand it off here, and then bomb. It was great. It's fun. That's fun football right there. No, I like defense and the running game. I just like watching guys hit each other. But if you're going to throw the passes, that's the way to do it. Throw them bombs, man.
They're
That's entertaining.
so fun. Yeah.
That one play by Antonio Brown was really nice because we don't get a lot of yards after the catch with our receivers. Godwin's pretty good with it, but Brown's good with it. And he got, let me see, it was like a 62-yard pass, but it was actually only like a 10-yard pass because he just threw it to Brown crossing over the middle, and then Brown said, "Pew," and ran the rest of it.
Well, and then Tyler Johnson was right behind him. And he was ready to block. He did get in one defender's way. He didn't. I mean, he blocked him kind of, but so I like that.
Yeah.
I like that Tyler Johnson. I think on any other team, he might be a 2, number 2.
Yep. We got it. Our whole team is like that.
I know, just studs.
Our backups are starters on any other team. So we got the Eagles coming up, and. Both teams are going to play. They're going to play limited offensive schemes because they don't have time to really work on game plans. Like with the Buccaneers, we're just going to do walkthroughs. I think we took today off, right? Probably.
I think they're just doing walkthroughs. Yeah, I think basically today was like a day off.
Yeah, and I think that they're not going to have any practices. It's just walkthroughs.
Yeah.
So the Thursday night game is going to be kind of really just a. You're not going to see the best of these two teams, and I still think if we bring our C game, and the Eagles bring their A game, we'll probably win it. They're banged up bad on their offensive line.
Are they?
Yeah, and. Who's their running quarterback?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he's not that good, man. I mean, he's your prototypical running quarterback. It's just like any pressure he feels at all, he's going to scramble. He's fast, but our guys are fast. I mean, Devin White will catch him, and Shaq Barrett will catch him. And Shaq Barrett's great at setting the edge. And, it's going to be real hard for this guy to get, to run to the outside with Shaq Barrett. And,
and they just played Carolina, came back and won, which that was pretty impressive.
That was awesome.
Carolina fans are having a meltdown. And he went 22 for 37, 198 yards, 1 interception. But he did rush for 30 yards and had 2 touchdowns rushing.
Yeah.
So,
ain't gonna do that on us.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. And then they had 2 sacks for 60, or he got sacked twice for 16 yards. So
yeah.
And then Sam Darnold, it was so bad. He had only 177 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions, and then 3 sacks.
Yes, that's good to hear. I love that.
I know, but both teams went less than 200 yards passing.
Ugh.
I know.
That was an ugly game.
Yeah. They did have Philadelphia had 91 yards rushing and Carolina had 109. So it was a running game. But they're not going to be able to do that against us. So you better warm up that arm, buddy.
So everybody won in NFC South except for Carolina. So we gained a game ahead of Carolina. We're still at the top of the division. I think it's going to be that way for the rest of the season. You know, people are talking about the Saints are going to give us a hard time. I'm telling you guys, no, it's not.
Yeah, we've seen this.
Yeah. This is Jameis Winston. We've lived through this. Mm-hmm. He's going to give you the good games, but when it counts, he's just going to not show up.
I know. I saw a post on Twitter. I think it was like Barstool Sports or Gridiron Gang or something like that. And it was like Jameis throws a head-scratching interception followed by a 72-yard touchdown. You're like, yep, sounds right.
Yeah. That's exactly right. If you would have had me prognosticate before the game what was going to happen, that's probably what I would say.
I know.
So yeah, this division is pretty much wrapped up already. We're five weeks in.
I know.
You know, what are we? 1 game ahead of everybody now?
Yes.
So it's just going to get that is going to start widening and widening and widening. After this game, we have no game until the week after Sunday. So that's good. You know, give us some rest. It sucks for us as fans. It's one thing I hate about Thursday night games. You don't get Sunday football. But it's good, you know, give us some rest. We're getting a little banged up
fans,
in areas.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, recovering from the beer. So Molly's doing today.
I know
it's been a rough day.
I wasn't able to drink as much yesterday. So
I know. So I'm
party
alone
pooper.
in my misery. I tried, but couldn't peer pressure Ralph enough.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's about it for me. Do you got anything else?
That is it.
Well, let's get off of here so we'll go watch this football game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing.
Well, you know what? We're going to have another podcast by.
Yeah, we'll have one out
week, so.
Wednesday probably. Yeah, we got to do Wednesday because the game's Thursday.
I know. We have to do a preview.
Yep. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us. Till next time.
Go Bucs.